Hello there, lovely Aquarius. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for the full moon in Scorpio 2020. Thank you so much for joining me today. If it's your first time to the channel, thanks so much for stopping by. And if it's a new or returning subscriber, I'm so glad to have you back. It's always great to see you again. If you have not yet done so, I always invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button and join the Dragon family, and also leave me a dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoyed this content. First, a few quick notes that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Aquarius out there. So if this makes sense to you and resonates with you, it's meant for you. And if it doesn't resonate with you, kick it on out there to another Aquarius. Also, do be sure to check your chart placements to see what other signs are present in your birth chart, as those may resonate with you as well. This is mostly going to correspond with Aquarius Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Aquarius cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like to know more about the card decks that I use, or would like to leave a donation for the channel, all those links are down below in the description box, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be about the Scorpio full moon. We are actually sitting right in the middle of that energy. It's very early in the morning here right now, and the Scorpio full moon is in full swing as we speak. So I always love it when I'm able to get these readings done, you know, kind of right when those planetary energies are at their zenith. So for you, Aquarius, the Scorpio energy, I will say, is a bit challenging. It is for me as well. I have my rising sign is Aquarius, so I definitely feel that. And that's going to bring that into your universal collective house for Aquarius is going to be the 10th house of Capricorn. That is where that Scorpio energy will be felt. It's going to really bring up the overall career paths or higher ambitions that you have, what your public image is about. So these are big questions, you know, about those higher steps that you want to take. What are your big plans for the future and all of that? That's stuff that's going to definitely come up. And because the energy is Scorpio, there could definitely be some elements of transformation or change that come along with that. So it's like if you're considering, you know, different career paths or a single career path, don't be surprised if something, you know, big kind of changes or something transforms around it. For some people, in the extreme example, they may, you know, completely quit you know, a career path and completely shutter it and leave it behind, because Scorpio is about death and rebirth. So that can be one manifestation of that. But most likely, for most people, you will not experience that kind of extreme. For most, it will be some sort of change, some kind of transformation, something that maybe, you know, you didn't quite see coming, or maybe had been coming for a long time. Just take that as it resonates. But that's very much what this Scorpio full moon is doing. It's also bringing up, you know, big feelings to the surface. Scorpio is a lot of mysteries, intensity, secrets, so things that have been held deeply within many times under that Scorpio full moon influence will come to the surface. And it's very profound, it's very healing. Scorpio is very psychological, and it's very passionate, it's very intense. It's like anything that you have strong feelings about. Don't be surprised, Aquarius, if those come to the surface. And I know most Aquarians don't really like dealing with that kind of intense emotion because you are an air sign and you're more cool and level-headed in general. But get used to some of those strong feelings coming up, because they are coming. So let's go ahead and get into your cards. We're going to be pulling from the Moonology deck, the Queen of the Moon, and getting some tarot on this to deepen the messages. We're going to do a past, present, future layout because those full moon cycles go from 30 days to 30 days. And we'll see what's been going on this last 30 days, where you are right now in the present energy of the full moon in Scorpio, and where you're going in the future after that full moon transit has passed. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Aquarius. Please protect their energy throughout this reading for the full moon in Scorpio 2020. And please bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Oh, yay. Okay, this is beautiful. So Aquarius, the first card coming out for the immediate past is the Virgo full moon energy. Virgo is to me also a very strong moon of healing, habits, routines, and health and well-being. So hopefully over this last 30 days, you've been able to get into more healthful routines, taking better care of yourself from the inside out, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And this to me is also saying you are good enough. So this is affirming your self-worth, self-esteem. If you've been, unnecessarily critical or hard on yourself, or if you've been unnecessarily critical or hard on others, this is kind of saying, look, you are worthy, you are loved, you are cared about, you are divinely guided and protected, and so are they. So that's a beautiful affirmation coming through. So let's pull some clarifiers. I'm going to pull from the Queen of the Moon. So we got a couple of lunar-based decks. I really only use these for my full moon readings, so I love working with these. Oh, yes. And Aquarius, this could actually directly relate to what you eat for a lot of Aquarians this last 30 days, because, this last full moon that we were in was the Libra full moon. Libra is all about balance. It's all about harmony. You often hear people say, eat whatever you want, just eat it in moderation, right? Or do what you like, but do it in moderation. So that's a key for this, but it's mostly about nourishment. This is about eating well. This is about avoiding, drugs or alcohol or things that aren't very good for us, or overeating anything that isn't healthful. But this is the waxing crescent energy, so it's really building, so making sure to stay hydrated, getting extra rest, drinking plenty of water, like I said, going towards more organic food, more good produce, more, whole grains, things like that. We know all the deal, right? Because that is all about supporting your well-being, because when you do that for the physical body, it also helps your mind and your emotional center. So going into our present energy of the full moon in Scorpio, we have your own energy coming through, which I really love to see. That is the full moon in Aquarius. So show the world the real you. So it's like, don't be afraid to be yourself. This is all about being truthful to who you are, what it is that your core beliefs are, even if for you as an Aquarius they seem a little weird, a little eccentric, a little different. You definitely walk to the beat of your own drum. Don't worry. I mean, that's a big thing. It's like Aquarius, you're meant to be a unique soul that's very individual. And so if you do things your own way, if you love somebody that's not conventional, if you have a life path that's not conventional, just don't be afraid to show that and be that, because the right people will love those things about you. That's okay. Or at least accept them, right? Even if something that you like isn't particularly for someone else, the right people will still appreciate that that's just part of you as the whole. So let's pull a clarifier on top of that. Aw, look at that, Aquarius. You are in that blossoming flower moon, which is actually this moon of May, which is also called sometimes the pink moon, or the egg moon, because we also have a lot of birds, nesting, but the pink moon, of course, because of the pinkness of the flowering, and that's why we also can call it the blossoming moon. But that is so beautiful, because to me, this just means you're really kind of coming into your own. You're really, fully embodying who you are. Music could be a big part of this. You can see she's playing, the music there with the violin, and, really hearing the songs of the soul. There is that 3-3 in that card as well. 3 and 3 do add to the 6, which is the Lovers in the tarot. So for some of you, this could also be, just loving someone that's very unique as well, because this, to me, that full moon Aquarius, it's all about uniqueness of spirit. And then in the immediate future, going into, the phases after the Scorpio full moon, we have the full moon in its full pure, unadulterated state. So this is all about surrender to the divine. Aquarius, I know you guys are a fixed sign, so you can be very stubborn in your viewpoints. It can be hard for you to be flexible on things, but the surrender to the divine is really saying to be flexible, to go with the flow. Don't push the river. What will be, will be. Where the divine is leading is where it will lead. So as much as you can plan things, also be willing to, you know, feel your feelings. Let your intuition guide you. Let your heart guide you as well. But Aquarius, of course, there's going to be some resistance because, like I said, y'all can be a stubborn lot. Oh my goodness, there it is. That's that waning crescent. So for some of you, it is very hard to let go of old behaviors, old ways of thinking, old ways of doing things, and really to go with the divine flow. So that could be your challenge going forward. Like I said, when it comes to that Scorpio energy, Scorpio is a fixed sign too, guys. So can definitely put you in that feeling of like, maybe you've got someone in your life and they're going, let's do it this way. And you're going, no, gotta do it this way. So be willing to compromise, Aquarius. Be willing to, you know, bend a little or a lot. You know, there's definitely some things where you're bumping up against kind of the will of the divine or the will of spirit. And you know how that goes. You know how that goes. Alright guys, so let's pull into the tarot. We're going to get a little bit deeper into some messages and advice for you on all this. And I'm going to be using the Vice Versa Tarot and the Rider-Waite. And we're going to still do that past, present, future lineup. So I'm just going to lay these on top of what we already have for past, present, future coming in. Oh, Aquarius, here we go. So in the immediate past, there we had that Virgo and the nourishment with eating healthier. We have that Two of Swords. So definitely there are decisions that you are making. There are things that you are, you know, have been definitely choosing in between. Sometimes you have felt very pulled in two different directions. It's like one part of me is going this way, the other part of me is going that other way. This is kind of a Libra energy, a balancing act. And it's really time to remove, you know, the blindfold, you know, so that you can see clearly. I love this tarot because it's got the front and the back. And so then look at that back. See? Look at it. She has actually removed that that blindfold from her, so she's able to clearly see the moon. The storms have calmed and she's able to see clearly. So Aquarius, I feel that that is something that's going to be happening for you as well, where, you know, a lot of those storms are going to be clearing. You will start to see clearer, and it's kind of interesting that it's all around this full moon as this comes in. A lot of that confusion starts to go away. Yeah, because look at that. Seven of Cups, very confusing time that you were having this last 30 days. Lots of different feeling of a lot of different options, not really sure which way to go, not sure what to choose. So that was very much the energy that's passing away. Right here in the center, Aquarius, I think you're stepping into such a much better time. On top of that Aquarius full moon, on top of the blossoming, the flower moon, we have the Ace of Pentacles, one of the nicest cards of manifestation in the tarot. So to me, this is all about, you know, what you need, the resources that you need coming in, and just also manifesting whatever it is, whether it's the job that you want, the relationship that you desire, you know, any of that, that's all coming into focus and to clearer view. And look at that. I love the back and forth. So there's the city and there's the country. So it's like, it's the balance, right? There's that balance of, you know, being in nature, but also that balance of succeeding as well in the towns and in the cities, right? So it's like you've got the beneficial energy coming through either way you spin that coin. So let's pull a clarifier for that. And yes, Aquarius, the Wheel of Fortune is definitely turning in your favor. And I love the detail about the Wheel of Fortune that both your sign, Aquarius, and Scorpio are in this card. Also, Leo and Taurus are recognized in the Wheel of Fortune, but this is always about things starting to move. I think with this full moon in Scorpio, things that were stuck, things that were stagnant or may have felt like they were never going to budge, they start to move forward. You start to see clearer. You start to go, oh, I see how that could work, or I see how that could come to fruition. It's just going to take a little time here in the immediate future, where we have surrender to spirit, where we have resistance. But look at that. Very positive on top. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So Aquarius, slow and steady wins the race with this guy. And he does always win the race. This is the knight of all the 4 knights in the tarot that he always makes it to his destination. He doesn't give up. He always perseveres night and day. Look at that. He's going to be pursuing that outcome that he desires. So Aquarius, I think that, you know, any resistance you feel to going with the flow, just work through it one day at a time. You don't have to rush. None of this has to happen overnight. You know, and that Knight of Pentacles really shows that. It's like you will get that success you seek. You will have that outcome that you want. Just give it a little bit of time to work through, and it's going to make so much more sense. Ah, yes, and listen again to your intuition, Aquarius. Listen to your heart. Listen to, you know, the feelings that you have from spirit. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities, because it's really all about this. Surrender to the divine. The high priestess is the divine. She's ruled by the moon. She's in touch with those mysteries of life. So it's like, let that resistance fall away, Aquarius. Don't overthink. Feel your feelings, feel your intuitions, and then take practical action on them. And definitely don't give up. Ooh, and look at the bottom. We've got that Queen of Pentacles, a very strong Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, very earth sign. So you could definitely be bringing in the energy of an earth sign, or you have an earth sign that you're working with. Aw, and look at the bottom of the other is the Two of Cups. So beautiful relationship connection there, Aquarius, as well. So let's pull a spell card of affirmation for you and see what comes up. Aquarius, oh my goodness, there it is, the love card. Wow. So for those of you, like that Two of Cups was there on the bottom of that deck, this could definitely be a very, very strong love connection going on indeed. Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. So for my single Aquarius, this could be something new coming in. For those of you who are already in a relationship that's really needing some healing or some reconciliation, that is coming in as well. And if you're already lucky enough to be in a relationship where things are going and flowing pretty darn well, this is just saying be grateful, appreciate, and enjoy and cultivate what you have. So Aquarius, beautiful reading for you for the Scorpio full moon, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Take care.